Hey everyone, welcome to the channel where we love to talk about movies. Welcome especially if you're new. If you enjoy talking about movies and staying up to speed on what's in theaters and what's worth checking out, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. Alright, with that, we're going to get into today's review, which is for Emily the Criminal. I just got back from seeing it in the theater, so let's dive in. And in this movie, down on her luck and saddled with debt, Emily gets involved in a credit card scam that pulls her into the criminal underworld of Los Angeles, ultimately leading to deadly consequences. So this is going to be a spoiler-free review, so no worries there if you haven't seen the film. I think the main thing that I liked about this film was Aubrey Plaza. I think she did a really good job playing the main character, Emily. It was, I think, slightly challenging at times to not see April from Parks and Rec come through, but she did still feel like her own character. But there are some sort of similarities to April, but that was fine. It did feel like its own character. I'm just very familiar with Aubrey Plaza as April in Parks and Rec, so it's a little hard to not make that connection. But besides that, though, I think she plays the character really well. She's a very down to earth and accessible character, and I think very relatable. I think a lot of people will be able to, relate to her. Like, there are so many people out there with college debt and just debt of all kinds, and not making enough money to get by, and could, I'm sure, really relate to her. So I think that grounds the story quite a bit. And then, just throughout, I thought that she did a phenomenal job. She was very believably the sort of character that she was playing, and I bought the things that she was capable of doing without really getting into details there. But I thought the cinematography was also really good. It was a lot of like kind of up close shots and kind of longer takes, so it felt like you were just kind of there like a fly on the wall and actually observing it. But like, it was nice to get close up and not just be kind of hanging back. It wasn't like, I mean, fly on the wall sort of, where you can just kind of get in there and see everything, but it's not like there weren't like a ton of like wide shots necessarily. So you weren't just kind of like sitting back and watching stuff. You actually felt like you were in it. But I liked the other characters too. I thought they all felt very real. Like her coworker. Like there's a lot of like, I'd say all the characters are kind of in the gray. There aren't any like black and white characters for the most part. There's maybe one that's a bit more black, but even that, I would say he's still gray. But the like her coworker who kind of hooks her up with the opportunity to make some extra money. Like, he comes across as pretty nice in that circumstance, although he's kind of paying her back for taking his shift so he can go to a baseball game with his son. But the next day, though, when she kind of bails last minute, he basically rats her out. That's at least how it feels, how he plays it. He's very cold to her after that. So you kind of get mixed things from him. And then her friend, I thought her friend wasn't a very good friend. Like, she's very, I don't know. She's like, yeah, don't move back to Jersey. I'll hook you up with a job. And then she doesn't. And by the time she does, it's really not what she's looking for. So I thought her friend was, but like, I think that's how people are though. Like, nobody is perfect, and that I think comes across in kind of all the characters. So, and even the main character, like she is going through struggles, but she also makes mistakes along the way as well, even as like we see the plot unfolding. So I appreciated that aspect of the film. And I thought that overall I think there are a couple spots where the music was slightly noticeable, but not a ton. And I liked how the film ended. It was one that I appreciated. So I wasn't sure how they were gonna kind of tie things off, but I did like where they ended up. But yeah, those are just some of my thoughts at a spoiler-free level on this film. Overall, I'd say it was a solid B, kind of upper B. It didn't quite push into the A tier for me. Like, I enjoyed it, but there wasn't anything in particular that I really liked about the film. But there wasn't really anything that I disliked either. So if you're looking for a movie to go see, I'd recommend seeing it. It probably doesn't demand a theater experience, but It's I'd say yeah, if you get a chance to check it out either in theaters or when it hits streaming, I think it's worth the watch. So that yeah, that does it for this review. If you've had a chance to see Emily the Criminal, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it in the comments below. Did you appreciate kind of the groundedness of the film, or did that not really work for you? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And yeah, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. And with that, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next review.